the guys that have smaller businesses that can't afford to spend $250,000 sending a VP to Wharton, for example, what are some alternative things younger growing companies can do to further educate managers? Because one of the issues that I always had with a lot of home services business is that folks, and you and I talk about this all the time, folks are always focused on technical skills, like identify this bug or kill that bug this way. And there's so much thought poured into the entomology of something, whereas we're not really grooming managers.
Correct.
So, how can smaller guys out there synthetically create what you've created here?
I think it's hard to synthetically create it. But there's so many good schools at the local level. Mm-hmm. You don't have to send them across the country or to a different state to school. That's not necessary. I'm just a little crazy. That's why I did that. But there's so many local schools, wherever you may be, that will offer even week-long, like topic or subject-based trainings and just on P&L management or marketing, or there's so many options out there nowadays. There's even executive MBAs where you can do it in the evenings and local.
Yeah.
So there's so many opportunities. I don't think, and from a cost perspective, yes, it's not cheap, but far more reasonable when you stay local. And I think that's well worth the time and the energy. One point I want to make on this is, and this is one of my major reasons why I did it, is I think high level of leadership requires high level of EQ, emotional intelligence, right? Mm-hmm. So when you go to these other locations and you're not just with the people you work with, you have to deal and work with and understand people from various backgrounds, sometimes various origins of even country, right? And it creates empathy. And empathy, I think, is a key to successful leadership at a high level, at any level, but especially at a high level. Mm-hmm. And especially as you're growing, people you're bringing in are going to be from all walks of life. Yep. And they're all amazing. And really being empathetic and understanding that helps you to lead those people and helps you to help them follow the vision because you can connect. Does that make sense?
Perfect sense. So then that leads me to my next question. When you're assessing talent to bring into your organization, what have you learned over 20 years and how to suss out good people, how to attract and retain them? Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, there's been a lot of mistakes. Mm-hmm. But I would say for the most part, we've been fairly successful at that piece. That's one thing I actually do pretty well. Not many others, but that one I do okay. I think it starts with, and this is so cliche, but it starts with what motivates them. And you see how they interact with people just in simple, like you go to a restaurant, you see how they interact with the waitress or the waiter, or how they interact with the flight attendant. Just little things where there's respect for people and genuine care. There's a lot of people with skills out there, or talk the skill game.
Yeah.
When there's empathy and there's kindness coupled with success and experience, that's really what I try to look for. It's in the little things. It's not what they tell you.
Yeah.
Most people are really good at selling themselves. Watch the little interactions. How do they interact with the secretary? How do they interact with the people in the office when they come in to chat with you? To me, I think those are windows where you can see, okay, what's it really going to be like to work with this individual, and how are they going to work with people that aren't at the same hierarchy in the business, mm-hmm. Not as human beings, but in the business.
So how do you do that, Andrew? How do you watch these sorts of interactions?
Depending on not every employee, right? But when you're bringing somebody in the upper management level, something like that, or someone that is going to have significant impact on your business, mm-hmm. I will invariably take them and their spouse, if they have a spouse, to dinner. And I'm a detail guy, so I watch the interactions between those two, and then I'll watch the interaction between the wait staff and them and how that interaction is.
Yep.
I'll take them on a tour of the office, and I'm introducing them to people, and I'm watching the interaction and how that goes. And there's a difference between, hi, how are you? And like, you can tell if there's some genuine care. You can kind of see it in the eyes a little bit as well. So just little things that I do. And again, I haven't been right all the time, but it's definitely helped, and it's helped me be right more than not. I think there's also an importance to, I'm always looking for people.
You're always recruiting.
Wherever I am, whoever I'm talking to, I'm always thinking, okay, is there a synergy here? Is there an opportunity here? It doesn't matter. And I think having some of those relationships at least started before is really important in that process. It helps your success rate in those hires actually working go up tremendously.
So you go to the supermarket and the guy that's helped carrying your bags out to the car, he's like an awesome, genuine dude.
Even that. I'll go to anywhere I go. I'm always looking and thinking about synergies and is there potential here? Is there not? And for example, even a guy like Mitch, I met him in 2016 and he was just a genuine, good-hearted guy. But I'm even then I'm always looking. Did I think in a million years that would happen? Not really.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that definitely crossed my mind at that point.
Yeah.
And then the opportunity came and I was like, well, let's do it.
Yeah, because you had met Mitch years before that, developed a relationship with him, knew he was an awesome performer, knew he was a great guy, and so it was very easy for you to make that decision.
That's right.
What about, do you get your team, like your frontline folks, involved in recruiting at all?
In that level?
Yeah, like even your technicians, do you give them referral bonuses
Absolutely.
if they find awesome people?
Those are some of our best employees, right? I think that goes without saying. If someone that works there is the one that invites you to come in and get an interview, those are the best employees. They stay longer. Employee that referred stays longer. They're happier. They're working with people they like. We definitely do that.